Hello again. We are now moving on to section 4 of chapter 3, coping with stress. All right, so far you should have read section 1 and 2 and 3. You should have done your section questions 1 through 4 for each of those sections, going over identifying what stress is and eustress, identifying your warning signs of stress, okay, and how stress affects your physicalness, like for your illness or headaches, stomach aches, asthma, ulcer, stuff like that, okay, ways to lower resistance of disease when it comes to stress and your heart disease factors. Then we talked about, again, in chapter 3, section 3, how you respond to stress. Everyone varies in different ways, okay? And how it affects you as a well-rounded person. Stress and personality, we talked about someone who's being a pessimistic person and an optimistic person. You want to make sure that you know those definitions, that like live life half full, half empty, or that person who's that negative Nelly, who's always complaining about everything and never sees the light at the end of the tunnel. Then dealing with being a perfectionist, take pride in who you are as a person in your work, but also know that you cannot be perfect, and also know that to not always focus on your mistakes. Find the wins. Even if it's a small win, just find the wins and run with it. Then we talked about, in section 3, about resilience, how you're able to bounce back from stressful situations. And you're doing the section questions 1 through 4 on that one. All right, so now we're back to section 4, coping with stress. So there's only certain things you can control. Like, I have to admit, I'm a control freak to a point. All right, there's certain things that I like in my classroom, in my gymnasium, certain things I like at my home, but knowing what you can control. Like, I can't control the weather. I can't control what people think of me. I can do the best I can to be perceived in a positive way. All right, I can't control time, right? All right, but time management is very important, especially when we're home learning. You have to figure out what's important, like what are the first things you need to get done of the day, the key factors of like 1, 2, 3 are number 1 priorities for the day. I got to get that done by a certain time frame. Then 4, 5, 6, I can get done maybe after 3 or tomorrow. There's recent things that you need to get organized, so it reduces your stress. Time management is huge. This is why we should use a calendar. We have your cell phones. You have apps to help you to get organized. At my house, we even have like a dry eraser board that tells where everyone's going in life. Like if my daughter's working, if my son has an assignment, if I'm coaching or reffing, and my husband, has his jobs. So it's important to have time management spaced out. Mental rehearsal. So mental rehearsal is when you're practicing the event before you really do it. You're actually doing it. So like, okay, well, I need to do this today. I can see myself doing this. Then I have to go to this place and that place. So you're mentally preparing yourself for the day, right? Or for your practice, or for your activity that you're going to be doing, or just basically for the day. So mental rehearsal, going over basically that to-do list. Like, I need to do this today, but I want to try to get these 3 things done before I go to the next task. All right, you're going to try to now learn how to reduce tension. So, breathing's important. Breathing in the good, out the bad. There's times in class that you may even see me, or in the past, if some students have had me, I literally be like, breathing in the good, out the bad, just trying to get rid of all that negative energy. Being physical is huge, no matter if you're an athlete or not. Being active helps reduce your stress. Stepping away from that crazy situation that you may be in, okay? You have a natural chemical in your body called adrenaline, dopamine, that helps you kind of like feel better, Your synapses are pumping, like boom, boom, boom. And then you're able to come back and have more clarity to what the situation may be that you were dealing with prior. So you want to be physical. It could be anything, walking your dog, riding a bike, whatever, cutting the grass, just taking a few moments out of your day to get away from that situation that's bugging you, stressing you out, and then getting a little bit of exercise at the same time. Ideally, physicians, doctors want most high schoolers, really K through 12, to exercise for at least 60 minutes a day. You're like, what? 60 minutes a day, Miss Hawk? Are you crazy? I have no time for that. But try to break it up in 10 minutes at a time. 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 20 minutes there, whatever. But being physical does help you. Do yoga, meditate if you have to. My one daughter's away at Saginaw Valley, and she I have to share with you, she has had some anxiety issues in the past, and she's doing much better. We wouldn't let her go away if she wasn't. But she's telling me, she says, Mom, I'm feeling really good. This is the first time in a long time that I feel me. I go, oh, then what are you doing? I know you're working out. You're able to go to the gym, so on and so forth. She's like, yeah, and I'm also, longboarding. She hangs out in her hammock. She says, I've been meditating. She says, I just go in the woods, like by my dorm, and I just sit there and just breathe and meditate. She says, I really like it. I'm like, cool. Whatever works for you guys to reduce the tension and stress. Relax, okay? Again, try to relax. Listen to music that you like. Just take yourself a little time out, a little break. So on the page 73, you'll see a little hands-on activity, all right? You see the picture of the person laying down on the pillow. I really would like you guys to try this at home. I would like you to read the situation where you're going to learn to relax. Progressive relaxation is what it's called. Getting in tune with your breathing. Sometimes when people get really stressed out, they get heart palpitations. They hyperventilate, or they're breathing too much. So you want to make sure that you try this activity. It's not going to take long for you guys. It's not that hard, so don't freak out before it even happens, okay? You're at home, so you have a pillow, you have a floor. So I want you to go over this activity, and you're going to need to explain to me how you felt in the whole idea. So this is going to be like an activity that you're going to have as an assignment, okay? So I want you to so it says here, progressive relaxation, to release the tension that builds up in your muscles. So if sitting in a chair all day, you want to stretch your back out, move your neck around, trust all this. But then now you're going to try this activity. So here it tells you to sit down in a quiet place. It might have to be your bedroom, may have to be outside, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And then you're going to breathe and see how your body tightens up and then relaxes, tightens up and relaxes. You're only going to be doing it for like 10 seconds at a time, all right? Then you're going to think about the whole situation. Now, don't just do it once. Try it more than one time, okay? You might realize this would be a really good technique. And what I would like you to do is once you do this activity, all right, you're going to think about what it really did for your body and your mind. Were you able to refocus? Were you able to think positive thoughts? When do you think you'll be able to try this again? Or, it might feel weird to you at first. Of course, anything new feels weird. But this really might help you to reduce any stress in your life, even if you're just sitting in a chair in a dark room, or half-lit room, because you're at a light and a screen all day. Maybe you just need to calm down. So you're going to try this. You're going to tell me what your thoughts are. I would like let's say 1 to 3 sentences on your thoughts on this, and let me know how many times you tried it. If you just tried it once, I think I would like you to try it at least 2 times. So at least try 2 times. And then it'll be more like a discussion board thing. I think I'm going to put on there. Or you'll see it on there once I put it on the Schoology. So please try that hands-on activity, okay? Be in a place where you feel safe and comfortable, possibly quiet. It doesn't have to be like right away. You may have to do it later on, when no one's home or the dogs aren't barking, whatever that may be, all right? So I have about 30 seconds left, and then I'm going to move on to the next one. After you do this, you're going to read about biofeedback, okay? So read about biofeedback. What is happening, like reflection, basically. All right, you're going to be reflecting on the activity you did. You're going to be reflecting on the pros and cons of the activities, of hands-on activity, or just whatever stressor that was happening to you. So make sure you read biofeedback. Let me make sure I got everything going here. Basically, things that you learned and you monitored when you were in a stressful situation. All right, I'm going to end this right now, and then we'll get back to talking about talk about changing your thinking. All right, I'll talk to you soon.